Traverse City, Michigan is where we go next. Dan is on the line there. Dan, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, go Blue. How are you?
Go Blue. Oh, my goodness. Is football going to happen, Dan?
Oh, football and hockey are always happening up here. Come on, Ken.
That's a very good point. I love your positive optimism there. Dan, how can I help today?
Well, Ken, I'm in a bit of a conundrum. I am about 8 years out of college. Guys, come on. And I am contemplating a career change, but I feel like I'm constantly either stagnant or going backwards. I'm actually making less in my current position than the job I took right out of college. And it just feels like I've either been going backwards or standing still ever since.
Okay. So let's talk about the positive side of things. Where do you want to go? We know you're going backwards a little bit or you feel stuck. What do you want to do? Let's talk about the future.
That's just where I'm stuck. Right now, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do.
You have ideas?
I have a few ideas, but I don't know how viable some of them are.
Well, let's run those through the filter, shall we? Let's look at those through the filter of your sweet spot, okay? Because being sure is kind of overrated. We'll get to sure after we're clear, all right? So what are these ideas? You got 1, 2, or 3? How many are we talking about?
Probably 3.
Okay, great. Let's go 1, 2, and 3. What's number 1?
Number 1 is I would love to get into public address announcing. I've been doing it as a volunteer for local hockey programs. And I've been told, hey, you've got a great voice. Why not try it out? But I don't know how to get into that market.
Oh, I got you there, buddy boy. I'll tell you that in a minute. But let's keep rolling. All right, what's number 2?
Number 2, hopefully Dave's not listening, but right now my current position is as a HUD-certified budget and housing coach.
Okay.
And while I enjoy the work, I just can't stand how it's being operated.
Okay.
So I've tried getting out on my own, but being in a rural area has presented its challenges. And
so
my wife is not exactly
what's the position? I'm sorry. What's the career you're talking about here?
Budget counseling.
Oh, so financial coaching.
Yep, I took the master series. My wife and I both did the master series a few years ago. And then this job opened up, and I thought that would be a match in heaven. Okay,
but you never started your own coaching on the side. You just went to this HUD position.
I'm not allowed to under my current employer.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you press pause because of the job. Okay, so that's an option. All right, what's the third idea?
Third one was trying to do my own thing on YouTube, and that one I did kind of start because of COVID-19 to give myself some kind of self-therapy in between meetings and clients that I currently deal with.
What would you do if I don't want you to overthink this. I want you to let your heart answer this. I want you to be in dream mode, okay?
Okay.
If you had a super successful YouTube channel, what would your thing be? What would your topic be? What kind of videos? Who are you talking to?
Vintage video gaming.
What?
Vintage video games.
Okay, help me understand. Does that mean that you're playing Pac-Man and Donkey Kong?
Yeah, like Nintendo 64, Super Mario, those kind of things.
And so you would be playing and hoping that people would watch you play?
Yeah, Twitch streaming on YouTube, things like that.
Okay, so here's the thing, all right? I've got some good news and bad news. What do you want first?
Oh, hit me with the bad news so we can end on the positive.
Yeah, okay, good. So the bad news is none of these 3 options are going to be full-time right away or anytime soon. These are all 3 things that you're going to have to take time to build so that they spit off some decent revenue. And PA announcing is never going to be a full-time gig for you. Unless, and you know what? I'm going to actually correct myself before I even finish the thought. I'm not even sure the big-time PA announcers for pro teams, I'm not sure those are full-time. They might be more of a part-time deal. You can research that. Are they part-time, Joe? You're shaking your head. Yeah, they are. I mean, they all have other jobs. So the all 3 of these things are really fun and good. I'm sorry. I am terribly distracted by the sounds in the background.
Yeah, I am too.
It's okay. It's okay. You and I are going to press through. I have ADHD. This is real time right now. I'm like being transported back into the time when I had 3 toddlers right now, and I feel like Blue's Clues might come on at any moment. Okay, here's the deal.
That's exactly where I'm at.
All right, I'm sorry. It's all good, brother. Listen. So the bad news is just that these are going to take time to spit off the kind of money you need, correct? That's the bad news.
Yeah.
But it's really not bad news. The good news is that all of these things you can take very seriously as a side hustle and be successful. So you can actually do these things. These things are not pipe dreams. I'm a little unsure about the YouTube video game channel, but that's just because I don't spend any time watching video game YouTube channels, but I do know they exist. But my point is, the good news is you can start these things and you can do these things, okay? But before I get into the path forward, I just quickly want to ask you, if you knew, and I just told you that you can. So if you knew that you could make these things successful on a side level to begin with, could you stay in that HUD position long enough to give yourself a chance to do this and not feel stuck? If you realize, hey, I'm not stuck anymore. This HUD job is my day job, and it's allowing me to pursue the dream job.
I feel like I can.
Yeah, because here's the deal. Which of these 3 are the most important to you? If you could only have success in one of these and you had to choose, which one would you choose?
The budget counseling.
That's what I thought. So, but here's the challenge. You're in this HUD job, so you can't do it. So now the strategy becomes, can I replace my HUD job with just a day job? Doesn't have to be the dream, but it's something that I can actually do. And it replaces my income so that I can do the financial coaching on the side and then build that financial coaching business up to where eventually you step into that full time. So that's your strategy. Okay. So you can replace your HUD job, but now it's different. You realize I'm replacing it so that it frees me to do what I really want to do. And your wife got the same training. So you two could be the wonder couple, the rock star couple that's helping so many people. You guys got a great business that you eventually, that's what you do full time. So I think that's how you get to that future. That's how you step into that. Now, one last thing. You can do the public address announcing because I promised you that I would tell you how to do that. You just start volunteering to announce high school games, minor league games to be the fill-in when the other guy gets sick or whatever, and that's how you get in. And eventually you could do some public address announcing and, maybe you make an extra $5-10 a year on a minor league level or something like that. And it's a labor of love. You enjoy it, gives you the juice. And that's a passion as well. It's just not a full-time professional passion.